A restaurant has tremendous potential for creating a mess in the environment with lots of trash and bottles and garbage and smells and everything. And I just don't like it. I'm in this nice downtown neighborhood, and I want to smell good and look good and do the right thing without going broke, of course.
We worked with the Devon's Eco-Efficiency Center on a special project to increase food diversion from restaurants in the Devon's area and surrounding towns. And we worked with the Gardner Ale House to set up their food waste diversion program that is going for animal feed.
We don't just take a plate and scrape it into a bucket. We take a plate and we scrape it into 3 buckets just as quickly as we scraped it into 1 bucket.
Composting is very easy. It's just as easy as throwing stuff away, essentially. It doesn't really add any extra time to our day.
We also calculated costs and benefits of diverting the food out of the trash so that the restaurant would have an idea of costs and benefits.
Your group found this hauler up in New Hampshire called Glenn W. Shaw. He has like 7,000 pigs, and I'm sure he got into the hauling just to support the pigs. I don't think he was a hauler to begin with. You'd think, that maybe they would pay you for it, but it doesn't quite work that way just yet. You have to pay them. But in the end, it all works out because there's far less garbage and stuff going into the trash. And dry trash hauling is very expensive, so if you can decrease your trash by diverting your food scraps, it makes a lot of sense. It's a good deal for him and it's a good deal for me. We are recycling like crazy here. Nothing goes into the trash that can be recycled. Even these little plastic ramekins that everybody throws out, they're all recyclable. We actually rinse them and wash them and put them in the recycling.
I think it's pretty awesome that our company takes care of that kind of stuff and has interest in that kind of stuff. We're really not very wasteful at all here, and I just think it's a nice effort to put in.
Of course, there's resistance with this kind of a program. In the beginning, right, everybody was doing it one way, and they complain a little bit the first couple of weeks, but now they would complain if we went back the other way. It's just that much easier. And the dishwashers bring what we call the pig buckets around here, very affectionately the pig buckets. They come down here with just a 5-gallon pig bucket, dump it in there, close it up. How many flies do you see there? No flies. So we've gradually moved in this direction of having more volume in recyclables in general than we do in trash. And right behind me here is our only trash dumpster, which is a 6 cubic yard trash dumpster. And these 2 dumpsters right here are our recycling dumpsters. So we have twice the recycling as we do the trash.
The tonnages that Rick was talking about of diverted food waste would certainly put the ale house subject to the new commercial organics waste ban. But he's already taken care of it, and that wasn't his initial motivation. But it turns out he's got a program established before the October 1st deadline, and he's in full compliance.
And I could go on forever, but I'll stop.
We worked with Scott Hops at the Lennox to look into how much food waste they generated and different solutions.
Recycling Works has been a huge resource for us. Our concerns are probably the same concerns a lot of people have. You know, where are we going to put organic waste? Is it going to be a problem with smell, or are there going to be pests? Renewable Waste Solutions has a tote that has a gasket on it. Their procedures keep everything very clean. Every time they remove bins, they bring back clean ones.
So we have these green barrels in 8 places throughout the kitchen by every workstation. Throughout the day, people fill up smaller containers and then transfer what is in there to the green barrels, which then get picked up 3 times a week. In the first 2 days of composting, we came up with about 550 pounds of material, which was kind of an eye-opener for us. We didn't realize how much we were actually putting in the trash. So now that this is all getting composted, it kind of gives us a good feeling about what we're doing. Having instilled in my staff and all of our staff that this is a project that we're embracing, by leading by example, they've kind of embraced it themselves, and everybody's on board.
This green bin now stays by our cart, and we just put all of the organic material into the bin, close it up, put it on the cart, and it's as easy as that.
One day, Scott and I sat in his office and we went through the metrics on the Recycling Works website to get a better idea of how much food waste is generated at the Lennox in the 3 different restaurants. And it was a real eye-opener to see that that much waste could be food, and that really was going to make it cost-effective to divert that food.
I really think we're going to see composting not only being cost neutral, I think we're going to identify a lot of savings in the way we're doing things now.
I'm very proud. I feel very proud to work for a company that takes such initiative to impact the environment.
The Lennox Hotel was recently named one of the top 10 green hotels in the country, and for us that's just it's reassuring and great to see that people will be able to easily make the link between what's going on in front of them and behind the scenes to the property itself.
My name is Steve Bandera. I'm the Sustainability Coordinator here at Worcester State University.
Under the upcoming organics food waste ban in Massachusetts, any business which disposes of 1 ton of food waste per week must divert that waste from disposal.
So we learned that the organics food waste ban was coming, and so we thought it'd be a good idea to start up the program, but mostly we wanted to do it just because it's the right thing to do and because we could keep tons of waste out of the landfill. So once we decided we wanted to do the composting program, we got in touch with RecyclingWorks.
RecyclingWorks in Massachusetts is a recycling assistance program that helps businesses and institutions maximize recycling, reuse, and composting opportunities. RecyclingWorks helped Worcester State University set up containers, signage, and a hauler to remove their food waste.
My name is Rich Perna, the Director of Dining Services. We've been doing food diversion for a while, just not at this level, so it's been relatively easy for our staff to adjust to it. And even if we weren't doing it, I think it would have been relatively easy just with some basic training, and we spend about 10 minutes a day with our staff just in the servery and go over the food diversion and any topics for the day, and everyone gets on board.
RecyclingWorks can help businesses and institutions figure out how much waste they're generating, where they're generating it, figure out the options for food diversion, whether it's donating for food for people, for feeding animals, for anaerobic digestion, or for composting. We can help figure out what the different types of collection methods are, and different haulers or processors that might be available in the area. Really do some of the research and behind the scenes work for the business or institution that they may not have the time or resources to do.